But top lane, Graves is kind of a free kill post 6, so I expect them to go there consistently. And on the side for Beyond Gaming, I don't think laning kills matter as much for them. There is the potential for the Yone ultimate to get a kill and a chain into the Moonfall, but they are much better served at waiting for that for objectives. So I see Beyond Gaming's game plan. You push super hard. You get the lethality builds on both of your side lanes that almost guarantees you push, and you just try to play around objectives. While for Beyond, for MFT's side, they want to actually get the ganks in before objectives can be set up and kind of snowball after using the paranoia in lane, get a kill, go for Herald. That's kind of their strategy on the early side.
We'll see if they can pull it off. Remember what's riding for this one. MFT would like to secure themselves a 6th seed and be able to start in the winner's bracket rather than the losers that 7th and 8th have to in the playoffs. And if they do it, they need either Frank Esports to lose, or if they win after that, it's a tiebreaker. It's kind of it's sort of, as long as the same result happens for both those squads, we've got a tiebreaker because they do have the same record currently. However, for Megabank Beyond Gaming, the best they can do right now is a 4th seed, which would be one up from their 5th that they wouldn't secure otherwise. And that, of course, does mean side selection in game number 1. But kicking things off, standard array here. Not going to get a whole lot of shenaniganery out of Megabank Beyond Gaming in the early.
Yeah, and just looking at the potential matchups coming in from Beyond Gaming, I actually feel like, getting 4th, it's important because they could potentially draw someone like MFT or Frank Esports, and that opponent would be significantly easier than someone like CFO or DCG. So a lot is actually riding on this game for them, and for them to lock down that seeding because of the massive gap that exists between whoever's going to come up into 6th place and whoever on top of the seeding it might come down into their matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Let's get things underway. I do want to always keep an eye on this Darius matchup into the Graves, but since we don't get to see it a whole lot, Clement, talk me through the Yone and the Rise, because you'd say it could get an edge early in this game.
Yeah, we typically do see Yone doing very well in lane. It's very difficult trading against him because he does have that 3 cycle onto the Q, and he can charge in and knock you up. And as a ranged champion earlier on, you always have to be rather careful about that. And, he does have that level 6 wombo combo potential. We have seen the Diana Yone comp being played across the globe in the past. Just the ultimate locking in people can be very deadly. So those are the main ideas, I feel like, with the Yone. It's just a combo piece and a strong AD champion that can allow Husha to kind of scale up towards 6. On the other side about the Darius, we really haven't seen anyone else but Taco play the Darius, and the situations where Darius is very effective in is when the enemy team has to run at you. He is considered a juggernaut. That means he's super low mobility. He gets kited out super easily. So if you're running, trying to chase against other people, that's usually not a position where you want to be. In this situation, Darius actually could work out because Husha and Minji are most likely going to be on top of you, and that is heaven for Darius. Darius gets to free decimates, he gets free apprehends, and then he gets to stack up, get massive amounts of ADs. I think it's like something like 200 AD on max stacks, and he gets the reset city going on.
That was a statement for the champion, right? Just say, like, don't come anywhere near me because I will ruin your day. Husha going to go ahead and get himself a Scuttle Crab here, secured up, looking for that Viz, as it was traded, of course, on bot side. And yeah, neither of these junglers, the Nocturne could come in a little bit early, but definitely fairly ult dependent as far as getting a whole ton done, even though 665s would be a little bit more telegraphed. But, all you know when that happens is that somewhere on the map is where he could be, but you have absolutely no idea where he's going to be going.
Yeah, just making sure that Likai can push, just being uninterrupted. Taco is running with double offensive summoners here with the Ghost as well, so it does mean that Likai has to be very careful. And in fact, Likai is running with the Ghost himself too, but they don't want that push to stop. They want to clear up the top side, and they understand that the most likely target for a gank is going to be in that bot lane. Nocturne, I don't think is going to threaten Alistar all that much. As long as Alistar doesn't blow his WQ combo on the same go, like, there's not much threat that Nocturne can really offer into this lane. So top lane is kind of the only place where you really expect 665 to make a dent.
Yeah, meanwhile in this mid, Minji continuing to trade relatively evenly with Wen. This Rise, his next most played champion after the Galio, but he seemed to have been fairly dependent on it, and I think it does make a lot of sense that Beyond wanted to remove it from his pool. I want to see how he's going to be able to play it. There's that Apprehend. Ooh, and the Ghost is on for both. Flash burn by Leakai. He does not want to give anything up. There is no guillotine here. He's going to have to rely on Decimates and gets it. Taco in the top with the first blood.
Beautiful stuff right there. Gets the initial Apprehend, and that's just the go button for the all-in right here. He does run with the Conquerors, but is still actually able to catch up quite nicely. And it's always important to get the kill in first, because usually as the Graves is going to go for the boots too and make that significantly harder. And I was just I feel like Taco just kind of caught Leakai off guard, because usually you don't expect the Darius to charge at you post 6. Pre-6. Without the Noxian Guillotine, he does lack a bit of damage here, but there is the combo.
Yep, and a Rune Prison. Minji goes in the back, though, and a little bit late for 665 to be able to make it happen. Doesn't manage to find any damage, but yeah, this is a good start for MFT, right? They are able to get the solo kill onto the Darius. It's one of those champions that can snowball, get his lane bully on, set Leakai far behind, and man, you got to feel for Leakai. He sits on the bench for almost all the split, comes back in and has to play into a Darius.
Yeah, it was very difficult to play against that champion. I feel like Darius is just such a punishing champion. When he does get ahead, he constantly stays ahead. In the meantime, MFT actually going to use this bottom lane wave to take down the Drake first as well. So this jungle pressure really being in the favor of 665 earlier on with the Nocturne. But I think this is where things will start to change just a little bit. You have both of those level 6 going online after this push. And with the Serrated Dirk, we should have Shove in the bottom side as well. So I do expect Beyond Gaming to start to venture into the red side jungle of MFT.
You would have to think. Continuing to try and push the lead just a little bit. Slim Gold pretty much making up the kill gold that Taco had been able to pick up. And there's level 6 now for 665. Let's see where the first Paranoia is going to land.
Yep, should just be into the top lane. I feel like that's the easy answer. No sums into this top lane. You get the fear down guaranteed, and then Taco can finish up. We see the pings going down there already. They have the pink board on their blue buff. I love this setup. They know what's coming. The question is, what is Leakai going to do about it? There's not much he can do about it. This is a pushing champion that doesn't do much if he doesn't push. So he's caught between a rock and a hard place here.
Yeah, Taco going to try and zone him. Ooh, does miss the Apprehend, though, and everything go in there. So Minji now going to find a little damage onto Wen. He goes into Rune Prison, but he's able to snap right back. Ush is here a little bit late as well, and 665 going to stop for a cheeky blue buff turn.
Yep, and I do expect 665 to start moving up into lane at this point. Beyond Gaming, for them, they really want this fight to be more than just a 2v2 skirmish in the top side. I think their best play is actually to pull Leakai down, start an early Herald, and that means when you're grouped up as 5v5, Paranoia actually doesn't give you all that much value. Minji putting Wen super low too as well, and that just means that he could be comboed down rather easily. I love this response. They're not letting Leakai hang out to dry.
Beyond Gaming sticking together. Usha onto the Rift Herald. Going to have a little bit of backup from Kino and Minji, but Renhao as well is here. And they can't really stop this one. So this is going to be free Rift taken by Megabank Beyond Gaming. However, Kino going to sound the alarm here. Husha's got to get out of harm's way as he gets tagged up on the Winter's Bite. Here comes the Paranoia. Where's 665 going to go? Finds the Alistar, knocked up, flashed away. And Leakai is going to come down a little bit late as the Apprehend goes through. Husha taking a little bit low. Pulls in 3 of the Moonfall, but that is going to be Guillotine 1. Leakai opens up. It's massive on the collateral damage. Can they clean up? That's another dunk. Taco trying to find them. Gets 2. Goes in. A 3rd. That's 1, 2, 3. Can he get Minji on the 4th? He can! A quadra kill at 9 minutes for Taco.
And that's how the Darius works right here. Beyond Gaming, even though they get the backline, they have to charge within melee range of Taco, and he survives through all of that with the Conquerors fully stacked, just getting heads one after the other. Absolutely beautiful play from both sides. I thought it was going to be over once Beyond Gaming landed that quadra Moonfall coming in from Husha. But Darius at this point in the game still incredibly powerful. We'll watch the combo pieces go down once more. Look at this. This is just great sense from Husha. I thought the game was going to end at this point, but Taco gets way too much HP back. The Decimate lands, the heal goes in. He's most likely running Triumph as well, so he's getting extra healing. And the Blood Stacks, he just puts that on, shares it around one after the other. Oh, that was just the dream scenario for Darius. I actually, like I said it in the draft, but I really like this pick going into Beyond Gaming's Wombo Combo.
Yeah, this is great, man. Welcome to Dunk City. 10 minutes in, 5 kills for MFT. All of them on to Taco. Oh, it's been a day for top laners to make a statement, I think.
Yeah, it definitely has been. Leakai is finding himself kind of the odd one out in this Wombo Combo position here. His only use is pretty much collateral damage, and then he has to get out of the way of Darius. And things are looking pretty bad here, as we most likely will get a Stride Breaker into the top lane as well. So an additional way to catch up to his opponent here. See if Taco actually goes for that one. He could decide to... actually, I think his build is still going to be Gore Drinker this time around. Yeah, it actually is still a Gore Drinker, and I think he's just going to rely on the Ghost for this one. Interesting. I still actually like Stride.
Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities, I suppose, but we'll have to see. I think 665 is definitely due a trip up here, but Husha is already in play. Okay, Taco backing away. It's a big gold bounty to pick up, 500. Into the smoke screen, they're trying to bait this, and oh, he realizes Husha can smell the gold. Dunk comes in a little too early, and that's a massive shutdown for Beyond's jungler.
Oh, stack still ticking, but Leakai will survive in the very end right there. So this should be almost in the top lane completely taken. And there is no response play here from MFT. All of the lanes are pushed fairly far in. I don't expect a kill to happen. They see this coming a mile away. And they... What? What?
Got it!
Okay, I guess they weren't watching.
The rocket.
What a great cross-map snipe.
We've had 2 of those today, too. Unified does one, and Whale says, all right, watch me work. Shelly's going to get another charge off down in the bottom before she, or in the top, I should say, before she goes. So dust settles, and I mean, Husha's the one that comes out ahead, but MFT do pretty well for themselves, as they not only get a counter kill with Whale on the cross-map rocket, but they also secure the Hextech Drake. And would you look at that? We've got ourselves our first Mountain Rift of the day.
Yeah, it's always kind of fun to see that one, and this one's huge for MFT because the extra sustainability, extra resistances will keep them alive through the Wombo Combo, and will keep, most importantly, Darius alive, so he can finish up with all of the kills right here. Actually a kind of a rare moment where you do see the Mountain Drake being pretty influential for MFT's side. Now, with the 2 Dragon stacks on MFT as well, they can decide to not engage in Beyond Gaming when they go for objectives. They can avoid the Wombo Combo completely, still just play for top lane, still play for the very interesting slow build here by 665, and just not opt into 5v5s. I think that's actually the best move for them. And Beyond Gaming, on the meantime, if that does happen, essentially they have to wait until a Baron play to catch people out with their full combos.
Yeah, that's it's going to be difficult to pull off. I think MFT recognizing, the opponent's win conditions as well as their own right now. We'll see if they're able to go far with it. Whale going to get a little bit of extra time on the Krugs as Wako leads the minions to secure a plate. This could be a dive here. Here comes Husha. Ren Hao going to arrive a little bit late. You got to know something's up here. And yep, the Diana has been spotted. Oh, Whale. Okay, that Gale Force, that did a lot of work.
Yeah, did get out of the potential Moonfall here. I don't think Beyond Gaming are going to fully commit. There is still a teleport on the side of Wen. So
Nocturne's up top.
Yeah, I just feel like they just hold their ground and take the tower rather than go for the full tower dive here. It's still going to work in their favor anyway. This should be first break gold over to Beyond Gaming, charging it down with 3 man a lot faster here.
Yep, they'll be able to get it. Turret plating does drop off, but not before Taco's at least able to get a bit back for himself there. Solo plate gold, not bad, but Beyond Gaming doing a pretty good job on plates this time around. So as a result, the gold game in their favor. Taco will be able to get a lot more damage. I don't know if he's got enough to finish it. I think he does. So that is going to get traded back at the very least.
Taco, interestingly, has just gone for the Gore Drinker. This will make him a lot harder to kill. I feel like his read is that he doesn't really need Strikebreaker when Beyond Gaming has a comp that they have. So for Beyond Gaming here, I feel like it's very important that they do keep Kino's abilities up to keep Taco away. He doesn't have Strikebreaker. That means there is no mini dash for him to get into position for good decimates or to follow up onto people. So if you keep the headbutt there, don't commit that into the full wombo combo. Just use Minji and Moonfall. That should be enough. We'll see how Kino plays out these team fights here. They are going to go for the second Herald, and this is the point in the game where Beyond Gaming could just unleash their full potential. We do have the first mythic item completed for Minji already. He's going to be much harder to kill. He should be able to out-sustain if he still gets that 4-man like he did in the past. And I think smartly for MFD, they do not try to fully commit into this one. They have no vision there. We're very happy to just pick up the wave and continue playing a more scattered game and waiting for Drakes.
Yeah, I mean, they've already got a Drake stack brewing, right? You don't necessarily have to try and fight on a Herald at this point. And, you know, you've already lost top tower, you've lost bottom tower. All you have to do is effectively defend the mid, and it's very unlikely that Herald's going to make a massive difference. Otherwise, if you don't make the mistake and give up fights, bit of a deep ward there does give away a bit of vision. The Yone is there, so a little bit of rotation. Wen gets free hits on the tower here, while Likai is rushing for it, and, you know, not a bad read by MFT.
Yeah, really nicely done across the board. They also clear out a lot of vision.
Wako's
going to force something out of Wako.
Oh, they absolutely will. He's not using the cleanse. That's going to be the Feather Storm. Oh, the timing didn't quite land, and the rocket was whiffed. Oh, MFT, that was almost brilliant.
Yeah, it was so close. Just 2 pixels to the right, and that Glacial Fissure would have been able to finish off the kill. Meanwhile, 665 has just not been letting Likai play the game whatsoever. I love this strategy so much. Like, Nocturne and Darius, these 4 and 5 picks coming in from MFD, netting them massive amounts of value. Honestly, I don't feel like Likai is going to have any impact on this game whatsoever. Like, he's so far behind the curve. He's playing a champion that's lethality.
It's not even entirely his fault, right? It's all pick ban, but it's like Likai is just... He's on par to having 2 bad games in the 2 he gets to play. Oh, I feel so bad for the guy.
Yeah, you definitely have to feel bad, though. I will say getting solo killed is definitely your fault.
That's on him. That's on him. You should know better. You're playing against Darius. Come on. Top lane 101. All right, Beyond are going to be the ones to open up this dragon. Let's see if the 5v5 is opted. You see 665 waiting. Oh, Kino, he goes in. That forces the defensive flash, and here comes the paranoia. Where goes the Nocturne? Onto Kino, they find him, but it's all a ploy. They don't actually want the kills, or maybe they do. It's a bit of split focus for MFT. They get the apprehend and carving themselves off the side of beat, but here comes Husha. A massive moonfall, but isn't enough as Minji is isolated. He dashes, he dices, he slices, but he's shut down by the Darius again. And Husha comes around the side to take down Renhao, but the rest of MFT are much more interested in Wako and Likai as they go in for 1, looking for 2, getting excited. Likai dashes and dodges away, and MFT claim a hard-earned dragon to extend their stack.
Yeah, that was a very close fight. MFT actually fumbled a lot of the early engages coming in there. Paranoia was used on Alistar, not exactly the target you want to go for. And their flash in also didn't catch anybody. But Beyond Gaming, they weren't able to manage their wombo combo either. We saw Minji go in with the Fate Seal, but there wasn't a Moonfall to follow up on that one. And also the Stasis was up already, unfortunately. So it was kind of both sides just kind of floundering around a little bit, and at the end Darius just comes in and just destroys everyone's dreams. Really good Flame Tromper on the side, I have to commend Whale onto that one. But look at this wombo combo. It honestly doesn't do as much as it needed to do. Wen was able to use Stasis. Taco is still incredibly healthy. Basically the 2 tankiest members were the only ones hit by the wombo combo. Whale was completely fine in that one, and 665 also does survive there. So a little bit scuffed onto the engage from both sides, but with Taco already being as fed as he is, he just ends up mopping up another team fight.
Yep, I think this is definitely a Darius diff right now, as he's got the Death Stance in his pocket on top of the Gore Drinker. We did see, right before the replay started, there was a Shelly drop in the mid. Beyond were unable to fully take the tower, and MFT had to be pretty happy about this turn of events. And, man, you know, MFT have been 50-50 in this split. I think it's been hard to know what to make of this collegiate team coming into the league, but it is worth noting that they did beat Beyond Gaming the last time they met. Maybe they got some kind of kryptonite for this squad.
I'll be honest, there is a very easy reason to kind of read into this. Beyond Gaming is not a very strong laning team. And MFT, most of their losses do come from the fact that a lot of times their bot lane and their mid lane just sort of collapse underneath the pressure. Against Beyond Gaming, they get a free pass to actually play creatively and actually play their compositions out. And I feel like that's where MFT is the strongest. Their shot calling, their target selection, and their ingenuity. Against Beyond Gaming, you get to see all of that on full display because laning base doesn't matter as much against this team. So
I mean, it does if you're Taco.
True.
I still can't believe we saw a quadra kill at 9 minutes. That's illegal. Like that's not allowed. But
he's also just unkillable at this point.
Yeah, he's big boy. Yeah, I mean, he's saving these fights, right? Even if they're a little bit wonky. I do feel like 665's job is to just cause chaos right now. Like, just go in, keep them literally in the dark, and try to make the hero plays. I also want to shout out Whale. I think his positioning has been really good this game.
Yeah, the preemptive flash was actually super important, or else the Moonfall would have just landed onto him. Once he saw the combo come in from Kino, instantly able to get out, doesn't even wait for the Gale Force usage, instead knows at that second that if he dies, then the teamfight could go sideways really quickly. Oh man, that
he got one.
So hard for him.
He got one this game, and I feel like he's gotten it's let it go a little bit to his head because he's had some very. I mean, he was just going to stop the back, but like he's had some very optimistic rockets that have just whiffed.
It's totally fine though. Like it's a low cooldown. Like he doesn't mind using that one. So Beyond Gaming are in a very tough spot right now because I don't think Minji is going to get to 100% crit on the next team fight. And if you look at Taco, he's already 2.5 items. So I don't see how they kill Taco by the time the next team fight runs around. You can see Minji's charging for the Infinity Edge, but I just don't see him being able to complete that item before the Dragon Soul comes into play. And that's a fight they have to take. So how are they going to actually execute it? I guess that leaves that the only way you could actually win this is if you catch someone out from MFT before they get into the Drake pick. If Taco is in the Drake pick, you've lost already.
I agree. I think Husha has to be the hero here, right? Like his Diana play has been the saving grace here. If he can set up a massive wombo combo, maybe they pick off a priority target early. But you're right. If Taco's there, yeah, it's going to be tough. So if they can find a pick early, if they can get Husha to find a couple of squishies and set up for the play to where they can just collapse on the Darius, that might be the opener. But Beyond Gaming know that this isn't going to be easy. They do have Husha on the flank. Still 22 seconds before Drake spawn.
This could be absolutely huge for them. They really need to target out Whale at this point. Whale needs to die first. They can kite out Taco afterwards, but the Jinx right now does way too much damage, and the rest of the targets, you don't really want to wombo combo into them anyway.
No.
Oh, but MFT!
They are going to find the opener, force the flash out of the Alistar, and they don't know where they are. Dragon is started here, or no, not started. It's just a turnaround, as that's one ultimate burned for a flash by Kino. And I don't think that was what they wanted. Oh, they do zone Leakai out. This is going to have to be a steal.
The Flame Chomper goes down, and he's not going to be able to do anything. Here we go.
You know, with the knockup, that's going to be the Moonfall pulling in multiples, but they do have the second wind here. And look at Whale running wild. Wako does take out 665, but will it be enough target selection? They needed to get a bit more than that. They do get the shutdown. Renhao manages to find it. Whale running wild to get excited procs, and now looking for more onto Lee Kai. They're just going to settle for zoning him off without junglers on either side. This one is going to be a lock for Meta Falcon team.
Woo. And there goes the Mountain Soul against a Wombo combo team composition. I think Whale could actually just survive the burst at this point. So this is getting from bad to worse for MFT. Bad to worse for Beyond Gaming. Sure, MFT might be...
He's going to do it.
Lee Kai.
Oh, so close.
Oh, boy. Just one more auto attack. I feel like Willie actually should have gone for that. He would have had to get excited to get out, but didn't want to keep his flash. So we're gonna watch this again. The most important thing here is Beyond Gaming. They have to start on the Jinx. If they don't start there, they're not going to get the kills down. 665 actually survived for a very long time into this one. Taco is pretty much unharmed and he's still willing to go forward. And most importantly, Whale also gets excited without losing any HP into this team fight. So Beyond Gaming, they have to have better target selection around the area, and I don't think they can actually give up the right side of the mid lane. in that sort of a team fight scenario. Once they gave that one up, there wasn't an angle for them to go into the backline anymore. They couldn't get a good pincer off. They had to take a full frontal assault there, and that just spelled doom for Beyond Gaming. I will say we have seen Beyond Gaming do even more ridiculous comebacks, especially their game against CFO. They were down 6,000 gold. It looked completely hopeless, and they still were somehow able to get a team fight in. They will get a chance now, just a reminder, they have really good scaling champions in both the Yone and the Diana, but their target selection has to be on point.
Yeah, that Yone going to have a big crit stack now that the Infinity Edge has been finished up. But contending against some strong front line here, and really just good positioning on the side of MFT. I also think the Renhao, a bit of an unsung hero there, as Husha goes in and gets immediately exhausted down. Renhao doing a great job of body blocking and Whale getting into good position. I think MFT's coordination in team fights has just been better, and it has resulted in some big wins for them. With the Drake stack, with the Soul, it's going to be hard for Beyond to fight it back. We'll see if they can do it. Scaling might be the name of the game. And you said at the beginning, Clement, this could be a long one. I think you may be right.
It definitely looks like that one. Beyond Gaming, surprisingly enough, I thought that they would be further away in gold, but looking down the line, they're actually been very, very close. Only 1,000 gold apart. I'm kind of baffled at how they're so close, despite the numerous losses that they have taken here. I guess they've just taken a lot more turret plates, and here comes the engage.
Oh, Whale with the clutch flash. A little dangerous position there, but he does move away from it. Yeah, to talk about that gold, I do want to look at like the difference. If there's anything happening in the farm game, it's not really the case. So I am a little curious here. Maybe it's just on tower diff, but Taco's about to even those odds.
I will say this is one of the things I really dislike about MFT is like some of their mid-game shot calling is so solo queue-esque and opportunistic. They sent 2-man to the top lane to push a top tower, while the enemy team was 3-man in mid already. Like, they're basically gambling that someone, a stray Graves, is going to suddenly appear in the middle of the map. And to be honest, at this point in the game, the flash on Whale is probably more important than that top lane tower in itself. So this is kind of we have seen this before from MFT. They had winning games where they just kind of throw back, and here Husha goes in for the full combo.
Wen takes a dangerous path here, and I think he is a dead man. Husha finds the pick on that. Let's see if MFT can find a response, knowing that there are two bottom. They're going to go into the mid lane, try to zone Wako and Kino out of it. Good two-stepping to dodge some damage. Down go the Flame Chompers, but they can't quite get any more for it. And that's going to be the end of that. So Beyond Gaming finding an opening.
MFT should still be pretty happy to establish vision right here. Both of the main ultimates from Beyond Gaming are gone, so there really is no threat on this Beyond Gaming team. If I'm MFT, I'm super happy to set up Siege here. I'm going to use the Jinx Rockets. I'm just going to continue harassing you down.
Yeah, they know that Husha can't go in for the counter engage. Meanwhile, though, no one's defending this Yone down bottom, so with all the chip damage on the outer, it's kind of free real estate for Minji on bot.
This is looking a little bit dicey here. I feel like a couple of mistakes from MFT, and suddenly Beyond Gaming are 100 gold apart from the enemy team. So
I don't know what's happening on the gold math.
We still got a game.
little sauce on the gold math, I feel. I don't know what that is, but it's going to be an outer tower after all of that effort expended. MFT do open up the map a little bit more, keeping in mind Baron is on the Rift, and they do have a pretty good damage-dealing team for it. I mean, anytime you have a Jinx, I feel like you got the opportunity. But the problem is, now the gold's so even, it's dicey.
Yeah, and if you look at the summoners, I feel like MFT are actually in a disadvantage here because Husha and Minji both have Flash. Whale does not. So they can simply Flash Moonfall on top of him. You don't even have to land any skill shots. And this is why
this is a free Baron.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Oh, but we've seen this before, haven't we?
Yeah. It's the slow throw.
Yeah.
You just make lots of little macro mistakes, and all of a sudden the enemy team just gets ahead of you. Beyond Gaming are just snatching it right back.
So,
despite the Drake stack.
I just want to clarify, MFT, the way they should play this is they should just group for 5, do not trade any towers whatsoever, and definitely do not throw away a Baron, and do
They are absolutely looking to set this one up. Deathbrush a little bit impatient But they might have the opener. I think Beyond are not going to give them the 5v5 they want, though. Okay, there we go. Paranoia on. That's actually the chance. Do they have the opening? Lee Kai, he turns, but they turn for him. In fact, they're able to stiff arm the MFT side, and ooh, it's denied. But look what's on the rift here. We've got ourselves a Elder Dragon that is going to force the response from Beyond.
This is always for both of the teams. Well, to Beyond getting find this, still turn this one.
Oh, it's dangerous. And MFT know it. Oh, they get cold feet here. They do not want to get into the 50-50. They're going to pull it out of the pit. Bush is here, still aggroed. Watch Minji. He's around the side, looking for the opportunity to get that big Fate Sealed into the Wombo combo. Dragon turns over to Beyond Gaming. Keep your eyes on Wen as well. He's kind of zoned a little bit away from this one. And oh, this is such a dicey Dragon dance.
See who gets a scuttle here. It is going to be Beyond Gaming. Honestly, for MF, they will look for a teamfight scenario. They are cutting enemy teams, so the only way they get out is by fighting through. Don't want to aggro the Drake. Instead, they could shift back to their own side of them and just for a reason. You know?
Yeah, God, this is a long one. It's just both teams staring each other down. Jinx Rocket going to clip a little bit, and they want to find an opportunity to open up. This is going to be Beyond Gaming aggroing the Dragon once again. They've actually sent Wen down to deal with the minion wave, which is almost done. He does have teleport available, and they're going to start this one up. Here comes the Paranoia on to round number 2. Dragon is flipped. Here comes Wen on the Realm Warp into this one, but they're not aggroing it. They actually just let the Nocturne ultimate expire. This is so tense.
I'm not sure if MFT really know what they want to do. They should not be starting this Elder. They don't need to use this Elder to actually force a strong win here. They should be looking for decisive team fight while keeping well safe.
Make
so,
a call.
All right, letting it reset is the smart thing to do. Walk away, walk away. Bot lane is open to push. If Beyond Gaming go in, then you can swoop in.
How many times are we going to see this dance back and forth? Beyond keep this one live. Kino hitting him with the old dog emote. This is down. Once again, a reset. Oh, my. Even the Gromp wants to get it on. Even the Gromp says, hey, guys, do something.
Yeah, this is really smart from MFT. They're letting it reset just a little bit and then pulling back when Beyond Gaming are out of position. Now Minji is really low.
Minji's tagged. Rocket there, but that's going to be coming through. They do find Kino on the Flame Chompers. He goes, does get the knockup, but maybe they can find the damage. They want the fight. They want the chase down, but Beyond will not give it to them. Here comes Husha. Big Moonfall. What is the follow-up there? Minji trying to save the day. They do get a shutdown under right now, but look at those health bars dropping like nothing into the dunk, but Taco is denied. Meanwhile, in the back, Whale's going to pick this one up. I didn't even see who got the Dragon as Taco helps to clean things up. Big shutdowns, and they're going to teleport up for the top.
It is MFT that took that Elder Drake at the very end. Once again, the Wombo combo does not touch Whale in the backline. He's 6-0-5 with 3 crit items completed already. MFT are trying to look for the end right here, but with Kino up in 12, I don't think they can take it all the way. If they find a kill, that calculus could change, though. Can Kino actually keep Beyond Gaming alive right here? We're going to see Well is already getting excited. This is going to come down to the wire.
Meta Falcon team, they can see the better seed in their sights right now, and Beyond, they be seeing this one going away as Kino trying to stop them, but that is a bare nexus. They're looking for it. Husha trying, but the Jinx damage, it's just going to be too much. They're going to take it. No! Taco is denied! They managed to hang on. Mega Bank Beyond Gaming are not done yet.
All right, but the timers are still okay for MFT. There is no Baron on the map to take. Taco will die here most likely. But that should still mean that he gets the reset. Oh, that was so close. One more.
Darius, man. Fed Darius. Look at how close that Nexus is. How many hit points does that thing have? I want to see.
That was about 1k HP. So 2 auto attacks down, and that game would have been over. So we're going to watch the replay of this one. MFT, very critically, they do come back and only let the reset come a little bit. They force Minji forward. He's already low on health. And you see Kino, he actually needs to flash out of this one just to keep himself alive. So the Wombo combo is not going through. Beyond Gaming, they're only playing for steal right here, but it's going a little bit too fast. Another great exhaust on the Husha. Moonfall doesn't go down, and Whale walks slightly towards the bottom side of the map, dodges out on the Wombo combo. 665 wins the Smite War. Actually, there was no Smite at that point, and it's just a pure cleanup from that point onward. So very well done by MFT. I felt like they didn't fully retreat. They kept Beyond Gaming interested, and they were able to just deal so much chip damage before Beyond Gaming could even pull the trigger.
So that was just a absolute bonkers couple of minutes, Clement. But you know what the craziest thing of that is?
What?
After all that, Meta Falcon team are still down in gold.
Oh, they are? What? How? I just don't get it.
I don't understand this game.
Gold from?
Yeah, it's going to be Baron, though. There's really not much that Beyond can do to stop this. They certainly will try, but this is starting to shred. Down to 6,000, down to 5, down to 4. Yeah, that's the best you can do, unfortunately. So no Nexus turrets. Top lane needs to be defended very well, but MFT, I think they were listening to you, Clement. They're going as 5. They're looking to try and push this one in, and we have had one heck of a game here.
MFT at this point, they're really past the threshold of Wombo Combo actually killing anyone. So it's better to just walk as 5, not get caught out, and give Beyond Gaming any chances of a comeback here. Look at Whale's positioning. This is absolutely beautiful. I just wish 665 would not be going so far into this one.
I think they want to pick Minji.
Here's the rumble.
Okay, they got the fear down, and they've brought a couple people in. Minji's taken down to half health. They just need to buy a bit more time. There's a big minion wave building on the bot. They can add to the one in the mid. Meta Falcon team, they are on the cusp of getting the 2-0 over Beyond Gaming in this round robin, and it would mean so much for them, Clement. They can still contest for a 6th seed.
And honestly, if they do that, there's a very real possibility that they could just face Beyond Gaming in the first round as well. So we have to
not if they lose this one.
That's true. Not if they lose this one.
Yeah, it's close, but the math doesn't quite work out on that. But MFT, I mean, they're only splitting as far as Wen can go to take that bottom turret. So now, after at long last, Clement, they finally have the gold lead.
Okay, so they are pushing onto the base at this point, and this is really smart. Taco just wants to keep Beyond Gaming split. At this point, they will need the collateral damage even just to finish off the targets. Here we go, Paranoia.
Paranoia is on. Taco has him locked up. In fact, they actually go straight to the base, and are they just... No, they want to turn the fight for a second. It looked like they were just going for the Nexus, but the team was not on the same page.
Smart.
Do they have enough time in the stasis? Wako taking a little bit low in this one. 665 denying him, but Minji is the one who opens up with the shutdown on Taco. Whale is going to be caught here. Minji going into the back. Do they have enough to take him down? They can't quite do it. Into the GA he goes, and it's just a little bit too much.
When
a
is
little bit too late. Whale gets knocked away by Kino. That's got to be it. The Rockets, the excitement, and the RNGs flashing for the team. At 37 minutes, Meta Falcon team defeat Beyond Gaming.
I guess it worked.